The Dead Air FNF mod just dropped recently, and it has some creepy characters that I have to cover, starting with the Boiled Man, whose real name was Mitsuharu Watanabe when he was actually alive. So as most of you have probably guessed, the Boiled One is basically the spirit of Mitsuharu that was reborn as a demonic entity. And the thing that makes this creature scary is that it basically has the ability to look at a person and inflict them with the locked in syndrome. And for those of you that have maybe never heard of that condition, it's essentially just sleep paralysis, meaning that a person cannot move their body at all. The only thing that you can control is your eyes, meaning that you can still blink and you can move your eyes from left to right. Something else that's creepy about this guy is that the only people that can see him are the people that are under his spell, meaning that he will just be watching over your still body as your family and friends gather around you, trying to figure out what's wrong. He even has a quote that goes like this: "The very memory of my face will cause a manifestation of my being in the future. You will be asleep in bed, I will be there and watch over you. When you wake, you will not be able to move any part of you. When the doctors eventually find you, they will not see me, but you will, and I'll see you too. Forever, I'll see you." This guy's definitely one of the creepiest characters I've spoken about thus far, but I think that may just be because I also have like a fear of sleep paralysis. Let me know if that's one of your phobias down in the comments. The next characters that we see in the mod are called the Fancy Island Ghosts, and they are from the Lamandu website. Weirdly enough, the website looks super cute and even has this little cat girl that acts as like the mascot for the site. And for the people that are curious, her name is Mimi. But when you actually start to go through the website, you get the chance to like explore a haunted theme park in the various spirits that reside there, which is why we see different ghosts while playing through the mod. The first ghost is called Kan, which loosely translates to knock knock or bang bang, which makes sense considering that her mechanics involve knocking, which is why it sounds like somebody is like beatboxing in the FNF mod. It's basically supposed to mimic her knocking sound in the actual game. The next ghost that pops up is called Elusive, and as her name suggests, he basically will try to like stay hidden until she can jump scare the player. The next ghost is Kubushimi, which translates out to strangle. I believe her full name is like the Strangle Woman, and just like Elusive, she'll basically jump scare the player and try to choke them to death. And the other ghosts have similar lore and kind of like mechanics, but if you really want to experience, I think it's best to just go to the website and get jump scared for yourself. The next character is just called John, and he's from a creepypasta, actually by the same name. The story is basically about a 15-year-old boy who is taken out by some random murderer, but instead of simply dying, he ends up attaching his spirit to a zombie figure in his Minecraft video game. And when his best friend, who was named Cole, loads into his Minecraft server, John is there in his zombie form and chases down Cole's avatar so that he can eat him. It wasn't a very scary creepypasta, but I think it was meant to actually be like a meme. The next characters are Sarah and Harrison, who are both from the Ches Archive YouTube channel. And to sum up the channel, it's basically like the Walton Files, but the videos are very hard to watch because they're like 144p, which is really hard on my eyes. But from my understanding, it seems like Sarah ended up going missing, and I suppose that Harrison is the reason for her disappearance, which is why we can actually see like his mouth is covered in blood. I may look more into this one later if people are interested, but I think you guys kind of get the gist of it. The next character is called Room, and he's from the YouTube video titled Take Care. This character is interesting because it's hard to tell if he's a good guy or like evil, but what we know for sure is that it seems to be like a manifestation of a person's darker thoughts, while in a way also being that voice in your head that tells you to go out and like see your friends and to see your family.
What is? When did you last go outside?
The last character in the mod is named Jim, and he's from the psychological horror Roblox game called Jim's Computer. And basically in the game, the news reports that there's like a bunch of people in Jim's town that have gone missing, which causes him to board up his windows and his door because they tell him that he needs to shelter in place. And even though he has like a gun to defend himself, as the banging starts to get louder and louder outside of his home, instead of like waiting and fighting whoever's out there or, you know, trying to see who's out there, he decides to just take himself out with the gun. I was actually kind of surprised how dark it is for a Roblox game, but I figure that some of them have probably gotten darker over the years. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this video on the screen here. Subscribe today to become a member of the Orseofkorse, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Peace, peace.